Hello and welcome everyone back to Total War Pharaoh. We've got access to the High Tides free update a little early. Thanks to Creative Assembly for providing me with a development build so I can show you everything that will be arriving as a free upgrade to the base game of Pharaoh. With this being an early access build, everything we're showing off is subject to tweaks and changes that may be applied when the update does go live here tomorrow or the 25th of January if you're watching this a little bit later. As a very speedy rundown of what this update will be bringing, there are two new Sea People factions, the Sherden and the Playable. We will be showing off the first of which in this episode. It's also going to be bringing 37 new units, 2 new royal traditions to shape your campaign, horde and hybrid campaign pass for the Sea People factions, new deities, a brand new battle map that is going to be unique to the Sherden. We'll be showing off both the new Sherden and Playable Sea People's factions in a bit of a different format than my usual Let's Play, as the title suggests is going to be my version of a first look, where we're going to be playing about 2 hours, showing off as much of the new content as possible, and just having a good time bringing about the fall of the Bronze Age. This should give us plenty of time to show off a couple of battles, try out the new units and mechanics, and get a preliminary review for the update and each faction on their own. I am allowed to give a full review as of today, and I'll give my full thoughts here in the wrap-up, but with the reduction of price and the addition of the Sea Peoples, I hold a fairly controversial opinion that this is a very good Total War Saga title as things stand. It's only going to get better as more additions to the map are made and new factions are brought in, which both of these things and more have been promised in the FAQ blog post that I'll have linked in the description below. They have promised things in the past though and gone back on them, such as with the Three Kingdoms DLC lineup, so take everything stated there with a grain of salt, but with the extreme backlash from the community where just even and normal announcements made on different platforms are completely nuked from orbit with negative comments, I do have hope that there is a sincere desire to actually make these games something people want to play again, so that the company can stop bleeding money. At the end of the day, CA is a company, and the only goal for their management and shareholders, as well as that of Sega's, is going to be to turn as large of a profit as possible. But the best way for them to do that is to actually deliver a game that people want to play. And now, stepping down off of my box of soap, we will be playing for this first look as Iolaos, the Blade of the Sherden. Iolaos considers Radiant Isul not a god, but his very brother, and seeks to reunite with him at the end of his journey of pillage and mayhem. Those of his followers given to trivialities such as surviving until old age ask themselves how much of Iolaos' personality is a divine boon, and how much of it is a sign of incipient madness. Either way, his course is set. And what's kind of funny is, this is what he looks like here, and if we come to the main screen, he looks a little bit different, doesn't he? Enough of making fun of 3D rendered Iolaos. We're going to be playing on veteran hard difficulty, with this just being the very hard for this. Don't want to do legendary just because I don't want to get drop kicked in front of all of my wizard friends. We are going to be playing on completely default campaign customization, and we'll show off everything that his campaign does have to offer here once we do load in. For now, let's go ahead and catch the horizon.
I am Meneptah. No, I am the great Pharaoh Meneptah. 10 years ago, I inherited the throne in the shadow of my father. The strong bull, the protector of Egypt, the chosen of Ra and beloved of Amun, the mighty Pharaoh, Ramses the Second. Egypt has flourished throughout my reign, but now I sense the eyes of Set upon me, and dark times are coming. What will happen to my kingdom after my soul slips into the eternal lands of the afterlife? Hatti is a land of misery and misfortune, torn asunder by endless strife and conflict. However, the Hittites' woes will soon multiply as a new threat descends upon them from the sea. Iolaos, war chief of the Sherden, leads his war bands on a path of death and destruction, drawing ever closer to the shores of Anatolia. The Sherden are no strangers in these lands, yet Iolaos is unlike any before him. A madman who claims to be a brother of the heathen sun god, Isu. Blasphemy. He would set the world ablaze for glory. His and his brothers. Those who stand in his way will be left among the ashes. Or perhaps they shall raise the earth beside him. Iolaos is a bloodthirsty zealot, but he's no fool. Calculating and cunning, he knows his ambitions will earn him countless foes. So he chooses his targets carefully and picks them off one by one. Shupil-Yuma, Hatti's great king, will not stand by and let the lands he seeks to unite crumble into fire and ruin at the hand of Iolaos. Destiny binds them both in battle. Iolaos will also find a fierce enemy in Kurunta, for the Stag Lord also claims divine purpose, proclaiming himself an incarnation of his god. Iolaos will seek to raise his stone towers in Anatolia, where he has numerous cities to torch and plunder. Should he succeed, he will be in position to challenge the great king himself. Or perhaps he will turn his fiery gaze toward Egypt, seeking his glory amidst our shining wonders.
We started off and we were already pronouncing Iolaos' name wrong. Fair enough. Born of no mother, self-professed brother to Isul. Yes, apparently you are. Crazy as it comes. So we've got kind of a hybrid style gameplay here where we've got access to war spoils being of the sea peoples. We'll get to see kind of more what that means here in just a moment. We've got horde and settlement buildings, but we're going to be focusing more towards the horde buildings. And he's got a horde and a standard forces. So you've got troops that you can get while you're in a horde, and then as soon as you do start settling settlements, if you choose to, you'll have kind of a different lineup. The Sherden, I think, has a much smaller lineup of settled troops, if they have any at all, so let's find out. Our faction units are going to be disciplined and aggressive, and he's got access to the powerful Kelone formation, or Kelone, either one. We've got no chariots. We'll need to make use of the sweltering weather and cause more destruction. We'll also have improved benefits from war spoils. Lastly, if we do choose to be a settled faction, we'll have more powerful retaliation to failed plots in court, but all of our court actions are going to be more expensive because he's a little bit crazy. Our key concepts, we're going to have outposts. Alright, apologies for a quick jump cut. I've got fighting off a little bit of a cold, so I'd be losing my voice every now and again, so every time it does happen, there will be a bit of a cut. So we've got these Nuragi towers that have different effects depending on if you own the settlement, if it's raised, or in a settlement area that is belonging to the enemy. We're going to start out worshipping Isul, which just gives you lots of bonuses to recruitment and is going to be boosting up our melee units. It's also going to be negatively impacting enemy armies, which is awesome. We'll start off with the Anatolian units, which are fairly solid. This will be the only access we get to chariots too, so we'll probably want to get a native building if we so decide. I don't know if we'll be able to get one in our horde building. We'll find out. Rain and weather, Anatolian lands are more often beset by fog and storms. They've also usually got a lot heavier armor. Iolaos has a long sword, a shield, and medium armor. Alright, enough of this. Let's just get in here.
My brother, the sun, beckons me to him.
Pretty nasty combat stats. We've got these Sherden axemen, which are medium class, strong against shields.
Well,
these guys even have some pretty solid stats for axemen. Normally they're fairly lacking to try to counteract how good they are against shields. We've got the Sherden swordsmen, which are a special. They've got javelins to chuck before the battle. The Nuragi warriors are great. I have played the first battle here a couple times just to try to get the hang of what his units are like. Past that, it's going to be all new waters. These seasoned Nuragi harpooners I feel like are going to be everyone's favorite unit if they pick up the campaign. These guys are insane. You will find out. They don't even have the most damage as far as I've found with skirmishers, but these guys they're a nightmare for people to deal with. Of course, now that I've said that, they're likely going to get taken out first battle. For our first Royal Decree, so they've got their own set of Royal Decree tree that is either going to be set on their hybrid, so being a settled faction and a horde at the same time. Just being a settled faction, so for occupying your settlements and just kind of becoming a normal faction, albeit with some more horde tendencies. And then we'll have, lastly, the Stout Never Fall, which is going to be for our horde focus, which will just make us an absolute monster. And probably do lots of things to speed up the horde buildings or laborers' costs and things like that. Hoping that we get something that would possibly drop enemy. No, just positive buffs for you. Works for me. We're going to start off then.
It is I!
Yoink. With the developing tribal outposts. That way we can throw in our special Nuragi towers that only the Sherden have access to. You can only use them if you have access to that research zone. So our first battle is Sumalazzi. Sumalazidi.
Burn their
I do like
beards.
Zidi. We might have to be stealing it from this lad. Just a common sword and a small shield. Oh, I'm sorry, peasant. But doom is upon you. Okay, so we've got dry weather. Maybe we want to wait a little bit. They've got some slings and we don't. Right then, so we've got a thunderstorm dropping accuracy by 20%, range by 15, and then a little bit more morale. That sounds good. Start from a storm and just drop into normal rain. Excellent. We're not going to be able to see any of the enemy units, but they do have two slingers. Those are your good old Anatolian slings. Every time you do come back to Pharaoh, the game looks beautiful. I'm still waiting on the blood pack. The current is a little bit cartoonish to see a bunch of guys run up and just kind of swing and bonk each other on the head with things. They just go flying. Maybe a little bit. I don't need the full-blown crazy amounts of gore we get in Total War. That's a bit over the top, but a wee little bit. Make our swings feel a little bit more impactful. Let's have our swordsmen. Anywhere we can hide on the way in. Looks like we can kind of come up this other way without them knowing, so let's go ahead and have our harpooners here. I guess before we do, let's grab everyone so we can see all of the new units that are sea people oriented.
No one stand in my way.
Draggy spears. These guys can go into that special lone formation. Am I allowed to right here? Oh no. I don't want you to do so as soon as we start. Good to see it then. Let's take a look at some of our units then. All of them sporting the awesome horned helmets. There's lots of variants here too. Just fantastic. Iolaos is definitely meant to be more of from the Greek areas. Greek and Italian refugees from after Santorini explodes. Or just from political strife in the area. These spearmen are incredible. And they've got the best hat game pretty much out of any soldiers in Pharaoh. Also, bringing 3 extra swords apiece. I've never seen them draw one of these swords. They bring extras in case. Also one of their battle buddies. Here's our axe raiders, which again have an awesome amount of variance in their weapons. These are the more Egyptian kind of duckbill style axes. They use them to punch straight through shields. This is our bodyguard unit. Yeah, here's good old Iolaos. Or if you're me, Iolaos. He looks a little bit different than he does on his profile picture. He's out here catfishing all of his enemies. These guys are very heavily armored. It's the most heavy leather armor they can find. And Iolaos' shield is... Or Iolaos' shield is awesome. Got our harpooners, which... taking a break to spearing a fish. Men are much easier targets. Even they've got some horns in their little fishing hats. Fantastic. Right. Let's get to the violence. I'm gonna have the Naragi on the center here. That way they can throw javelins, and we'll have these lads being the other flankers. Don't have a lot of armor, and they'll suffer quite a bit against the slingers. A rock hurts when it hits bare skin. Alright, we'll have you guys actually taking either side. I want spears up front. The Eloni formation is so good at soaking up arrows. We'll have axes on this flank, and then Iolaos as well in the middle. Perfect. A bit more like this. Slings do like to focus down your lord or heroes, whichever you have on in the battle, so you want to kind of keep them a little ways back. But his warriors are devastating in a fight.
Of course.
So we do want them to be nearby the front line at least. Let's get this going. We'll have these guys in the unit, and you guys as well. Let's smush them. So we're going to start walking towards the enemy.
I am up to it.
I'm going to take you guys out of the Eloni formation, but this is what it looks like. I think it would be a little bit better if these guys up front actually put their shields up, try to defend as well. But still, it looks awesome. Unit formations are something I would love to see more of in even Total War. But for maybe just like the Imperial and Cathayan factions, allow them to have some more formations. Everyone walk. There's no reason to sprint. It's a stormy day. Already miserable and cold.
Without doubt.
As our lads move across the field. Our harpooners, at the very least, are pretty used to a rainstorm. Free to get wet. None of us are. Let's go see what they're up to. Just sitting here and doing nothing. They got the slings, which we've already seen.
You will die, Sherden scum!
Sherden scum. You might want to take that back, brother. We've got a nearby lake to chuck you in. Awesome kind of mix of bronze and hide shields. Several spears. These guys are pretty heavily armored, if I remember correctly. 70 was pretty decently. Donkey shields, and lastly, they've got these recruits over here. They've got the beat sticks of doom. And they're gonna do their best. Alright, we are in range now, so let's go ahead and have
no one stops me.
Everyone keep advancing into slinger position. Have them walk. You guys start moving in as well. Want them to walk. Rainstorm fatigue drops are a little bit devastating. Starting to fire on you, so let's switch into the colonial formation. Start catching those arrows, and now we start advancing all as one group.
There we go.
Except for I want you guys to halt for a quick moment and let them get well ahead of you. That way no one else gets targeted. And speed you two up.
Burning for battle.
Alright, everyone can come up together, so let's grab the units that aren't moving
No one stand in my way.
and have them start advancing.
Let
Do
us
not
act.
sprint.
Drown in blood!
Move in, lads. The shields are catching all of the rocks. They've got really bad at accuracy anyway because of all the rainfall. So we've lost 3% of our armor, which is fantastic. Now you guys are still fresh. Let's have these javelins move up. So harassing these spearmen.
On our way! Swordsmen!
Now that they are really focusing our Iolaos, let's move everyone else up, but using those javelins. Except for Iolaos, you, or Iolaos, you move up rather slowly.
March onward! Slow down!
Alright, they switch targets.
Fight for glory!
I actually think we want to switch out of the colony formation now and try to sprint them in.
Cleave them! Enemies spotted!
Alright, those 4 recruits here about to get destroyed.
Start marching! Winds guide
You guys fall back. Clubmen move in.
Swordsmen!
Who will face me?
Go ahead and have you guys switch back into colony formation. Oh, javelins, you gotta run.
Move forward!
None of them got caught. We're gonna have you guys jump into the onslaught. It's gonna make them
Press them back!
cause dread to this version of terror.
We're invincible!
Charge in and break these.
I'll strangle you!
Well, you
Strike
can.
hard!
I'll strangle you. Harpoons right into the backs. Incredible work. We're gonna start seeing their models drop quickly. Same thing with these guys with no armor though. We need to move fast.
Swordsmen!
Keep pushing them back. Looks like we have our swordsmen got stuck in the militia, so keep fighting there. Those guys are gone. Harpooners, come on up.
Warriors, march!
Let you guys crash into these spearmen that need some new friends. You guys just go after those slings.
I give up.
I'd give up too. Let's go see how Iolaos is doing. He's in the middle of his Aegean Spartans. Quite Spartans, but they're doing their best to mimic. Not everyone's fighting though. Here is Iolaos. There he is. Spotted.
Missiles incoming!
Look at the harpoons go. Look how many of them have just dropped in a single volley. Spears right in the neck. I mean, I would think that would hurt quite badly.
Get me right out of my saddle. I give up.
Alright, they're gone. Let's move up, deal with the next group. Axemen, you go ahead and charge in. We just surround and destroy this last group of Horde units. All these fools.
Ready spears!
You guys stand here then and just stop anyone from retreating and coming back. We'll let our clubmen and swordsmen handle this. And that's the break.
I will use
Sea
your
people have
sinews for a
arrived.
fishing net. Save your breath, fool.
Oh, that guy got clobbered. See if we can find Iolaos again. I think he's still back here behind all of our... in a very safe place, but not one for a lot of glory.
This is hopeless!
This is hopeless. Keep chopping up these slingers. Everyone else, switch you guys out of colony formation and so you can get as much damage as possible.
No one stops me.
Blood and battle!
Everyone else is fleeing for the hills.
Fight for glory!
Wait.
Drown in blood!
Try to get some javelins tucked into the back of this general, lower his armor, and drops his melee defense as well. Those harpoons get stuck in their shields. Got him.
You die.
Who's back?
and Your kingdom dies.
Absolutely nobody.
You'll choke on those words, marauder.
Perfect. We've got some Isuans to attempt to run down. No, catch you all. Back on the campaign map.
Glory to the sons of the sea!
Yeah. A bit delayed, but we got him. Sumalatzidi Falls. We didn't lose hardly any one of the fighting, which is almost never the case when you throw down with the Hittites. So, sea peoples are crazy. The Sherden swordsmen have a ton of just damage. We will go ahead and we can steal some war equipment. The hatred of them masters will grow. Give us that armor. Where the plan is, we're just going to be a rampaging monster here. So of the two new ancient legacies, one of them is just called the Marauders, where you just destroy everything and you're basically strength through power kind of thing. That's what we are going to be doing. I think we also could come in here and claim this outpost site for our own. A tribal outpost. Can't actually afford them, but I think this claims the site for our own, so we can build it later on. And we'll come on in and grab Adana.
Burn their beards!
Not give them any time to recover.
Blood and ashes.
Excellent. So there's got kind of the same setup as last time, but it'll be a minor settlement battle. Gotta find the proper way to crack their defenses. Let's take it to them. Alright, we've got dry weather coming up onto a storm. See about waiting a little bit. Dry to thunderstorm. I'd like a storm to start. So storm into fog, which lowers visibility. This will allow us to sneak in and do as much damage with our javelins as possible before those slings can do anything about it. What an awesome settlement, though. The rampaging river. I wonder if it actually is acting a little bit more splashy and splooshy because of the rain. It'll be a cool effect, but it's probably not the case. Torches burning. Absolutely love the aesthetic of Pharaoh. I'm sad it hasn't been doing all that well. Not entirely. Mostly their fault, but due to different marketing issues and things, but I'm hoping this one can turn around and turn into a very awesome historical fantasy, or historical fiction, rather, style Total War game, because I don't think it at any point is ever going to be fully historical. I think marketing it as such was kind of always going to be a little bit of a mistake. Since this is a period of time we know so little about. Let's go ahead and bring... I'm gonna find the best place to throw javelins at fools. Actually, I think it's not going to be here. It's going to be over by all the water. Gonna slow our own units down, but it'll allow us to actually chuck javelins at people. Come in over here. Go, harpooners. 1 unit of swordsmen. And then the Kiloni formation spears.
We will do so.
So you guys will be a group. And then these 4 will also be a group. Attacking from this other side here.
I will make a necklace of ears today.
No, let's not make any ear necklaces.
Proceeding.
We can burn all their stuff, but we're not going to make any body horror necklaces, thank you.
Axeman. Raider. Champion. Victor.
Turn it behind.
Ha! Of course.
Love it.
Stick together,
Group
brother.
these lads up. And let's get burning the settlement to the ground. Alright, so they've got slings in 2 positions. Perfect. Let's just start moving the lads in. Since it's raining, we're going to want to walk. We'll have you guys run for like a brief couple seconds. That way you're well ahead of everyone else. Run, Naragi, run. He's got stuck on a tree.
Unites us.
He is standing sentinel over this bush. It might be the same bush that Moses spoke to. Would explain his zealotry. He's completely stuck. Alright, fair enough.
In a storm. The gods.
Sewell is probably not very happy about all this rain. Keeps us from burning things to the ground. Let's keep moving, lads. Promised glorious bath has approached.
We will skewer them 2 at a time.
2 at a time. Quite the claim. We'll hold you to it. Alright, lads. Almost there. We'll speed things up. That way it's not waiting as long for them to walk into position. Keep walking.
Haha! The gods race with
Let's
us!
move up to about this position. We'll have them start running now.
Spearmen!
Should be about in range to go into colony formation and keep advancing.
On our way!
While they do that, let's switch sides. I would love to see these Suin slingers switch positions. I just don't think we're gonna see that.
Deadly
You
ace!
guys move up, start doing some damage.
See unite us!
Send the hailstorm!
Hopefully throw javelins around our allies here.
Start marching!
Make kind of smaller groups.
Move forward! Javelins now!
Start throwing those javelins. Looks like they realize that our Nuragi harpooners are the most dangerous warrior we have.
Spearmen!
Swordsmen!
Go ahead and pull them around. They should be kind of covered by the tree line there. They're all coming down as well. Everyone move forward. It's maximum aggression time.
Start marching! I will burn their ships!
Burn their ships.
Warriors of the tides! Start marching!
Take the... Well, the Nuragi warriors are like currently in their formation. You guys go ahead and go off with fire at will for now. I can try to throw those javelins at the slingers behind them. Oh, they're both focusing you, so let's come through. Very smart call on their side.
Swordsmen!
Warriors
Try to get the axemen to move through.
No one stops me!
Waves and storms!
Stand there for a second. And then charge them.
March!
Kiraya!
Here I am. Let's move the dreadful lads through.
For the sea gods!
I hope they would cut through these recruits a little bit faster than this.
Swing and loose!
Come on, Sherden swordsman. Those blades to work.
Ready spears! Javelins away!
Clubman, go ahead and lend your
Strangle you!
punch to the fight. Just walk forward one at a time. Actually have to fight this time. Boys, oh, that was horrifying. Gaping maw to the void. Quit throwing rocks at my most important unit.
Striker!
You guys gotta deal with these Yisuan militia by now.
Move forward!
There we go.
Swordsman!
Flee, cowards.
Perish!
Gotta give it to them.
Face me!
Hittites fight for absolutely ever. The bonk. That's a twin poke to the side. Ooh. This man's abs are diamond. How are you alive? Back over where our poor harpooners are getting bombarded.
Fight for glory!
Those guys are gone. Push everyone else through. Eloni formation no longer.
Without doubt!
March
Harpooners forward.
Throw your spears!
Just want the swordsmen to gum up this
On the way!
position for us.
Spearmen!
You're gonna take that line.
March!
Hooters move in. They're gonna try to. Looks like they're gonna try to block us. It shan't work. They go from 90 to 85 in a single volley. One more volley should get even worse.
Don't let your guard down yet, men! We're invincible!
Firewall moving.
Lightning spears!
Didn't take them off fire at will, so they won't. Let's switch that back on. Firewall at will. On. Go ahead now. These clubs move down and bonk the slingers. Everyone else
Axemen!
move through. Get ready to fight the next group.
They're already!
March
Rock
onward!
slung into them, which is quite rude.
Move forward! Yes! Nine!
Hooters move up and get after this group of Isuan slingers.
Riptide take
Butchered. Taking out a few of our own Nuragi warriors, though. Guys are gone as well. Let's take them off fire at will. How many kills are the harpooners up to? Only 26, but they are 26 important ones.
Axemen!
Keep chucking those javelins where you can.
preordained winner!
Preordained winner. You come over
Better than
here.
everyone!
Axemen!
Better than everyone is
That's right!
a opinion.
Run, you cowards!
One I agree with.
No one can break us!
Spears in. We can really just use. Those guys are shattered. We
I
can
am
use our
the one.
harpooners to go after
Axeman!
Sumazili. Sumalazili.
Burning for battle.
These wood militia are not going to be willing to fight for very long.
Spearmen!
Out of javelins, we are indeed.
Let me catch my breath.
Let me catch my breath.
The aim!
You have to come across the river and fight me.
Start marching!
Don't you know how this works?
Swordsman!
We'll bring these swords across.
Start marching!
You guys can take down their leader with those harpoons. I would be very appreciative.
No one can break us!
Stop them for a moment. Keep those harpoons flying.
They mean to shoot us!
Oh, we didn't get move across the river like that.
Let this be yours!
On our
That's
way!
fine. You guys fall back. Everyone else, it's melee. You charge in and break them.
I will burn their ships. I cannot wait.
I cannot wait. It's cool to see people also got a little bit of a bonus, or at least don't take penalties while being in short, shallow water since they're mariners.
We crossed enough
quite a bit
water
of sense.
already!
These blobs make it incredibly difficult to see what's going on and who's who, especially when your army colors are very similar. Match combat animations are very impressive, though, when they do actually go off.
Spearmen!
For any units that have come on back, so we've got lots of fleeing.
Swordsman!
You guys go round. Can't really do anything here.
Warriors march!
We are stuck.
Spearmen!
Charge you guys in. Break them.
Axeman!
Activate Dreadful
Rest them
Advance. Should scare off the enemy lord, hopefully. And pushing them deeper into the water. End is nigh, fool.
You scared me right out of my sandal. I give up.
You scared me right out of my sandals. I don't know why you're smack talking. Your people are like laying in heap behind us.
I arm the storm!
Damn, storm. Got 2 more units of militia behind there. Our guys are well and truly worn out.
March onwards!
Clubman,
On our way!
have you move in and deliver the finishing blow to
For the sea gods!
baby Suma there.
March! Move forward!
After the storm comes a new era!
Gonna be pushed back. Down just a few more men. What's unfortunate about the advanced formation is the guys that are on the sides don't do anything at all. They don't even try to work around the surround. It does kind of put you at a disadvantage. Look how many units aren't fighting on both sides.
No one
Around
stops
and
me.
chop them up.
Let us start immediately.
And it's ever so slow. We have got the tower firing on us.
Time to feel hit I
Or whatever javelins you guys have left.
Lightning spears! Waves and swords!
Alright, the leader is broken. If we can kill him, that is going to sincerely wound their ability to keep fighting.
Reef sharp!
Claim the
On
zone.
our way!
Everyone else move forward.
Murder.
They are swinging their slings!
Fire
Swinging
and
their slings.
Swordsmen! March
Try to be a bit
onwards!
like focus. Come on, guys.
Move forth.
strengthening.
That turns so you don't get chopped up. They're out of ammo. Alright, that's fine. Charge in, get those long swords to work.
I arm the storm!
We'll have you come around.
Unite us!
I
Had a few more javelins.
in all of Ati.
They were out.
Less talking, more incoherent wailing, please.
Less talking, more incoherent wailing.
March onwards! Cleave them!
Got some slings left.
Who will
Just
face
move
me?
in here. Claim this zone so we're not getting shot up by the towers anymore and have the U3 chop up East Eastwood militia.
Gods race with us!
Charge in there and break them.
Down in blood!
Maybe their attack in general just applies that debuff. Bondage longswords are awesome. I need 3. Yeah, just charge in. There's no reason just to catch the zone. After the zone while also being brutal. First blood for Iolaos. He lets his boys fill in the gaps right after.
Break these Hittites!
Look broken to me. That is our first settlement fallen. single slice to his Achilles. Are you sure? He's just pretending. He lost 54 though. That was fantastic. We're going to raise Adana to the ground, gaining our rank 5 of food stores. So we'll get 1,140 food. I'll show off the war spoils,
Easy to
here.
tear down.
So what it's going off of there is the number of settlements you claim, because they want to kind of push you towards a hybrid style gameplay where you're either playing as a horde, a settled faction, or you're trying to find a nice balance between the two. Because as you claim more settlements for yourself, your rank permanently goes down. So you start being able to get all of them. Each time you claim a new settlement, it drops off one of these ranks. And so that way, eventually, if you have too many settlements, you get no extra bonuses for your war spoils. Same thing over here with your resources. So there is no cooldown on how many resources you can get. It just tells you what the level is and what your return is going to be based on the level. So since it was level 1, we only get 1,140 at our current rank 5 war spoils rank. As you raise settlements, you will continue to increase this. I believe it's a 10-turn cooldown, and I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure it's a 10-turn cooldown. But kind of like if you've ever played the Troy and Memnon campaign, you can see exactly what things are, where they're at. So if we needed to find gold, closest gold is here on whatever this settlement would be. If you wanted to find, say, war supplies, which is not going to show us what those do, is it? Now, don't worry about war supplies then. Let's say 6,000 experience for our general. We take down whatever this settlement is, raise it to the ground, and we'll just get a huge bump for our experience points. All sorts of good stuff, like some extra warriors to be gained through your special recruitment, extra camp laborers, some ancillaries. I'd say this is probably the strongest one. Ancillaries in Pharaoh are incredibly powerful. We'll start working our way down here to burn this to the ground and gain some more goodies. All sorts of fun stuff to do. So we're up to rank 3 now.
Beckons me to him.
We could have probably given ourselves a skill point before that last battle, but I think it'd be just fine. We are going to go all points into Ardor here for maximum movement. It'll also give us an additional 4 charge bonus for all of our units. First blade, or the Sea Ravager. Movement refunded after raising a region. You know what? Instead of grabbing both, we're going to do a 1 into each. And then, while it does kind of want you to go for the first blade here to give you more growth, and then enabling the false attack, we need to go for growth all the way up front, don't we? First blade it is. And it also has kind of his special mechanic where he is able to scare the enemy off and force them to retreat. We'll see how useful this is, because I don't usually like it when my enemies retreat from me, but we can try to scare them into an ambush, kind of like they do in the little gameplay showcase they do. Well, that's not super easy to do, scaring enemies into an ambush. We're not going to do any kind of diplomacy whatsoever. We'll take a fast look at our victory objectives. So as an invasion, we need to take down, looks like the Hittite lands, starting with Tarsus. Rampage and Haughty lands, so Adana and Tarsus. 32 others. And eventually we'll move down and start sowing chaos in Egypt. These others will unlock as we progress. But still much more do what you wish, especially as the Sea People. Since we have raised that settlement to the ground, we are not actually able to go into our Horde encampment stance, so as the Sea People, you are kind of forced to choose between destroying things and building up your own camps. So it does make you a little bit more vulnerable than in previous games like in Warhammer, where you're able to go into your encamp stance anytime you want as the Horde factions. You just leave? Alright, bye. We go over here and get these ore supplies, which will give us 20% more movement on land, 50% more resources from raising, an upkeep reduction, and 10% more replenishment. You keep what you kill. Is that right? There's lots of movie quotes into this deal, or this, I guess, free update.
Interesting spot.
We're gonna move over here and take down Tarsus. We're gonna leave it exposed for us. We can go about up to 50% movement, so we'll take as much movement as possible. Maybe a little bit less, because I don't want to have any issues with any kind of bugs. Go into our Horde encampment.
Rest and have fun.
What can we? Let's rest and have fun. You don't seem like that bad of a guy. He guts another dude for no reason. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a tribal assembly. Give ourselves a little bit of an upkeep reduction. Over here, I'll show you what all the other buildings are. Start off with the exercise areas, so lads can do some weightlifting. And this gives us what, the spears, Oh, the Sherden looters and the Sherden swords. Go up to the Sherden raiders, and then finally the Sherden warband, which are incredibly deadly. We've also got the spoil stores for more battle loot and melee attack. A little bit more chance to find ancillaries. And then if we come into our building browser, got lookouts, veterans for experience, more recruitment cost reduction, and more ammunition. Replenishment and labor growth, upkeep reduction, and XP. This is probably one of the first ones we're going to grab here is the hunting bivouac. And both of the new Sea People's factions, their most elite unit is stuck behind a tier 4 to tier 5 building. You only actually get the unit itself at the tier 5, so you do have to do quite a bit of resources, you have to do quite a bit of investing, but you gain a devastating unit. The Sherden is obviously the harpooners. Before the Peliset, you get some ox carts, which are actually able to drop off units behind enemy lines. You get 60 units on default. Currently, we've only got the Idol of Isul, but we can construct 3 different idols for the different Sea People's gods in a horde building. When you actually claim a settlement, I think you have access to all of the different pantheon that may be there, like the Hittite, Canaanite, and Egyptian gods. Kind of mouse over the rest of these here so you can take a look. We even got the access to a Trojan horse. It worked before, it could work again. Oh, just a normal wooden horse. I mean, it could.
Follow me to the end.
Follow me to the end.
Let's do bad things together.
Let's do bad things together. We got Sherden recruits, Sherden swordsmen. These guys have a lot more armor, don't they? Bonus versus shield is going to be pretty useful against all of the Hittites we have in this area.
We will do whatever we want. All soldiers,
Whatever
all
we want.
mine.
Plus having a couple guys we don't care about as much can kind of soak up some damage on top of our Nuragi warriors. We'll grab 2 Sherden
You will
recruits
get your
and
fill with me.
a unit of javelins.
Does anyone else like fire?
Anyone else like fire? We're gonna move up here and take down Tarsus. And from there, we go wherever we want. Awesome. The turn. Also take this
Isul, I
outpost
hear you.
position, right? That way they can't. They're building in a Hittite lookout post. No thanks.
Isul, with your blessing.
You mean a Nuragi tower.
Burn their beards.
We aren't able to currently build.
My
So,
turn.
My turn. There's no one here in Tarsus. What if we just come over here and claim this? We only lose. We have 46% then. Come over here next to.
The horizon
One
beckons.
more in camp.
Time for drums and wine.
Drums and wine. And then we can grab maybe one of these other buildings here. I like the idea of grabbing the Idol of Isul now. Are we able to speed build this once we choose to? Let's find out. No. We cannot. Group rating, morale, upkeep reduction, and keep return. Let's go for the upkeep reduction building. Trapping sites. As cheap as we can make our soldiers, we can have as
Brother to
many
the
as we
sun.
want. Let's go for one more set of looters.
Let's
We've
do
got an even
bad
2.
things together.
Let's do bad things together is
We
a
will do whatever we want.
hilarious line.
All soldiers, all mine.
Also, all mine. Leas needs himself
Found
a
me.
skill point.
Good job.
You found me, good job. Let's go ahead and give him... So what are the titles we could look forward to here? Mission, Sea Ravager. Take aim for bodyguard units. Very specific. Hero people. Getting everyone around you plus 2 melee attack and defense is pretty solid. That's what on your fortitude. Or Champion of Larun, giving us furious charge for all of our Sherden. That's pretty strong. Let's focus fire down. Focus down the Champion of Larun. So further movement range. Speed business. Onward to glory. Oscar invaders are out there smashing things around too. Now we can actually start building in the Naragi towers. I'm going to completely ignore the settled focus, which is what we're going to be doing for the Pelisat people. Which is kind of what they're meant to be doing anyway. Now we grab the stout never fall. We are the true children of the seas. We have never faltered in our journeys. Stab you in the neck. Sad lib.
My brother watches, fanning the flames.
We'll just burn that to the ground too. All of this belongs to me. Let me claim it.
Excitement ahead.
Thank you. Now we'll move in to take down Tarsus.
Peerless.
How many people are defending? In total? Well, they even got some armored Hittite skirmishers. Not bad. What if we add in a Naragi tower? Some food, drops happiness, and allows the army to exchange units with the Naragi. That's not useful yet, but it will be once we claim Tarsus.
The horizon is a step away.
Well, let's go ahead and move in. Units are a little bit underwhelming for what we're going to be facing, but if we sit for a few turns, what we'll do is we'll come up a little bit closer.
Raiding grounds await. Let's rest.
We need to recruit a little bit more units, so we'll grab one more unit of javelins.
Get your fill with me.
We got 3 swordsmen. We'll grab one more unit of
Does
swords
anyone else
and
like
2
fire?
more recruitment. And then we shall move. There is another of their armies nearby somewhere we'll have to keep in mind, so make sure we can take down Tarsus. We'll have to spend a turn building up. Yes, I know we can build an outpost. Just spend a turn building up, we'll build it now. Boink. And in the turn. Hello, Daniel. Daniel wants to give us, or he wants to trade wood and bronze for our food, or for some food. But no. My resources are all very finite at the moment. What everyone's trying to offer. It's a much better. That is a much better offer. I'll take this one. That'll offset our food issues for now. We're still gonna be there to burn your lands down. First ambition. I don't think the archetypes matter for anything other than just kind of shows you which ones you chose at the very end of the game. So we've got Master of the Coastlands, make sure Kizuwanta is destroyed. We gain the fishing net. Raise Saricha, Nesh, and Kumani. In the Ravager of the Inner Kingdoms, a well-knotted rope. Interesting. Or the Fire Raiser of the Sea Mountains. Taking down Tuwana, Ubishna, Elindaris, and Zybistra, which I've probably butchered all of these pronunciations. That would give us bronze torches. I know what none of these are, so let's go ahead and grab this one since we're closest to completing it. Grab ourselves some fishing nets. Sounds like a growth option.
It is I.
It is I.
Remain on your toes. They cannot hold out.
Let's hope not. We have quite a few Luwian swordsmen here, a couple spears. All these guys fairly heavily armored. What we'll do then is, can we do some wall sapping? Takes 2 turns. We need a battering ram and as many towers as possible. Ladders and towers. Your ladders then. 4 ladders and a battering ram. We'll stay here for 2 turns.
Just a matter of time.
Just a matter of time. The Raggy Tower is about to be in, so it'll give us a little bit more food upkeep. Food income. Weird. Needing quite badly. Time to steal your things. It is Shimsuhor. What does this do for us? Opens up the Pillars of Civilization, local deities, commands, and royal traditions, which we cannot have yet. Royal tradition is available after... Where can we choose our royal tradition? Only choose an ancient legacy after choosing a tradition.
The happy cattle need prodding.
Well, I would like to be a horde faction forever. How do I go about that?
Blood and ashes.
When there's a unit in here. Army interactions. Isol's Prayer gives us morale and extra damage resistance versus missiles. Seems pretty solid. Cool. Are we able to recruit units directly to the towers? Doesn't look like it. These battle maps are horrifyingly defensive.
Blades and
There are
torches
towers
ready.
everywhere, as the name would imply. But it's even more so. Isul. Look quite grumpy. Melee attack. Morale, labor growth. We'll definitely be devoting Iolaos to his supposed
There
brother.
they are.
Build up yet another Naragi tower. How much do those cost? Can't build it because the settlement's under siege. We could over here.
Everyone's so complacent.
Everyone's so complacent. This is in a raised region, so we have even more food income. There's a high chance that it gets taken out though, so let's not waste the materials. Have ourselves a proper siege.
Isul, with your blessing.
Should be now ready to deliver a beatdown of epic proportions. We've got 4 ladders and 1 battering ram. Let's hope that's enough to take down the settlement. We've got Lars coming over to join, and he is it looks to be the elite Naragi spearman. That is fantastic. Love to have a second group of those. Take a fast look at our terrain we are going to be throwing down on. Very compact settlement. Y'all are very lucky there's no artillery in this. To the field. Dry weather is boring for a siege. Oh, well, I guess not. That's the wrong button, but it'll have to do. So the spearmen are coming in from over there. They're not going to be much use, are they? All sorts of towers we're going to have to be braving. Once again, beautiful settlement. Going to love burning it to the ground. 100% we're attacking from where we're already at. It's only got 2 sets of towers.
We shall take those walls.
Okay, so I want the recruits on the battering ram because it's likely going to take lots of casualties.
We will do so.
We will do so.
Rams, now!
Look at this ancient battering ram. As Zerkovich would say, that is definitely a phallus of doom. Let's get in there. Lads deployed. We've got all of our Marines up front on the ladders, which I think is a fairly decent idea. However, having the recruits go first to wear the enemy out is probably going to be the call.
I on it.
Have you guys drop your
Proceeding.
equipment, and the eager new lads can push the towers up.
Ladders, ladders!
Same thing here. Have you dropped your equipment?
I own
We're
it!
now out of recruits, so
Ladders up!
that's all.
They
Get to the walls. And in both of those positions, possibly. You two on this side.
Axemen!
Close as you can get there.
Let's do this!
Let's do this.
We'll flat through those gates!
Harpooners ready to go.
Without
Be
doubt!
behind them.
No one can
Raiders
break
also
us.
ready to jump and move up these ladders. We'll have you guys warming up, ready to move it behind.
Steel yourselves for battle, men!
2 clubs.
Clubs.
They have almost no armor.
Assume battle
Be
position.
great for them to be going through the front gates once those are knocked down. All of our normal elite infantry.
Fight together.
Boot lads, you're counting as elites.
Spearmen!
We'll have all the important.
We will smash
Gotta
everything.
stay,
in our
keep an eye on
path.
units together. Let's get them. Ram up
Storm the gates!
ladders
Strangle
through the
you.
walls.
Strike hard!
Winds guide us.
Winds guide us.
Perish.
You guys are coming on in. They're actually invisible. Sneaky. Just make your incredibly long journey over here towards everyone else. Our slingshots are away. I'm afraid they're going to be fairly effective. See just how many of our recruits survive pushing this thing up. I think I do want to put our javelin men on one side.
Move forward. Send the hailstorm.
Start advancing everyone else now.
Raider, champion, victor.
Yeah, take their positions once they get a little bit closer. I thought the ladder was collapsing there. It was a little bit concerning. We've lost a few units already moving in. Sherden recruits are very fragile. Looks like once again though the AI is having the issue where they try to deploy all over the settlement to stop us from trying any sneaky maneuvers, but since we don't have butt ladders in this game, I don't know why they're going to be worried about us trying any sneaky maneuvers. There aren't a whole lot for us to be able to do.
Ready spears.
Have 2 javelin men get ready on this side, then walk.
Easy pace.
You can run all the way over. You're going to be tired no matter what. The harpooners.
We're invincible.
We've had them flipped out of their group. That's perfect.
For the sea gods.
Who's going where?
No one can break us.
Let's give these orders again.
Spears.
Everyone come to this side.
Warriors march.
Walking to do so if you can.
Target practice for our slingers.
These Sherden recruits are getting smacked. Get to those walls, lads. Everyone else
Winds guide us. Let's do
are
this.
moving on in now.
They're already. Stop running.
Stop running.
We do so.
Warriors of the tides.
Alright, everyone. Have these javelin men start running.
They just keep coming.
Through the walls, we need some reinforcements.
Axemen.
Because we are going to struggle pretty aggressively against these Luwian swordsmen.
Swordsmen. March onward.
This side, these recruits are actually scaring off these armored Hittite javelins.
The sea unites us.
Kind of surprised of.
On our way. Blood and battle. For the sea gods.
Floating formation for you.
Move forwards.
Time to feel Hittite blood.
I'm the still Hittite blood.
Swordsmen.
You guys are calling them up.
Wolves. Clubs.
Clubmen, you follow this group.
Move forward.
Did we already get the gates open? I'm surprised.
Fight for glory.
We got the gates open quickly.
The sea unites us.
Cinnamon,
Cut and gut them. Start marching.
March onwards.
a bunch of lads on the walls. They're taking all of the casualties, but we do expect it.
Javelins away.
Bring these javelins forward. The harpooners are going to be devastating.
Sea javelins.
The javelins.
We're invincible.
Spearmen, come on in.
Start marching.
Move the rest of the lads in as soon as we're able.
Better than everyone.
Better than everyone. Clubs, go straight through the middle.
Warriors, march. Drown in blood. Waves and storms.
Chase off those 2 groups of militia, then we'll have the rest of our lads go wide.
Swordsmen.
You guys
Deadly
weaken this group of Luwian swordsmen.
Javelins now.
Then with all of you, just go after that group.
Throw your spears.
Any javelins as we can.
Get over those walls.
No, bad.
Hurl those spears.
You guys go up the walls.
Swordsmen.
The swordsmen come through so they can throw javelins.
Warriors, march.
No, this way. Fools.
Axemen.
Get in there and ask some questions.
Hittite.
Spearmen. March onwards.
But we're wasting a lot of javelins here.
No one can break us. Move forward. March onward. On On our way.
Back there, my friends. Probably best to actually have you go straight through the middle, since we go. This side we'll have to kind of send them through one at a time, otherwise they will choose not to go through.
Start marching.
You guys out of healing formation and come up here and start taking down.
Warriors march. On
Come up this way.
Axemen
And keep chopping those fools up.
for the sea gods.
Pouring through here.
Tear through. Let us win in
You guys
record time.
going up the hill then. Still trying to rotate the rest of their troops around, which they are having a really hard time doing.
We win.
Hello there. Louis and Spearsman.
Move forward. Spearmen.
Their own spearmen
Start
moving
marching.
in.
Planting spears.
Some of our guys up on the walls like they're not supposed to be. They're gonna be dying in droves, probably.
Defend with your lives.
Then look at this, there's so many guys on the walls. That's gonna be a devastating volley of javelins. Walls are as packed with models as is possible.
In all of Hatti.
I think anyone's even able to
Let me
fire.
write out my response. In
You guys
your
come on in.
blood. Spears, Lord.
I asked you to come through the front gates.
Stop marching.
Got lots of javelins doing goofy things.
Swordsmen.
Where are my elite axes?
The sea unites us.
Since they're on the walls, they're not able to use their advance. Fair enough.
out. The gods will watch you die.
Should not be there.
Trying to muster some fire, little fish.
Rock in a hard place. We do know there's some recruits somewhere over here.
Cowards.
I want to keep my own
You are dead, dead, dead.
troops nearby. You were dead, dead, dead.
Better than that. Sea javelin.
3, let's go ahead and move in.
Warriors march.
I'm gonna leave these harpooners to
On
shot.
our way.
Oh, they're out of, are they out of ammunition?
Start marching.
Oh, they are.
Perish. For
Guys,
the
move on
sea
in then.
gods. Striker. Dead, dead.
Oh, the sea god.
Warriors march.
Send those recruits up the hill. Let our skirmishers duel with his.
Fight for glory. We lead them out. No one can break us.
See who wins in that duel. Oh, a couple guys got dropped there. Throwers of rocks or throwers of spears? First volley's away.
Get away now. We broke
They do have themselves some basket shields. I'm sure that'll protect them. Oh, it knocked through one through the gut.
Dead man number 4. Greeting.
Greetings.
Say that again with my plate in your chest. Move forward.
It's made its own.
They will never get past us.
Gotta give the Louis and Spearman credit.
Reef shark. Too much blood.
Alright, we've lost a couple of our recruits.
Too much. Too much.
You guys turn around.
Fight for glory.
No
one's
you'll
standing
lay us
my
turn.
way.
You'll self around as well.
Plus. Got them. Like these spears.
A lot of them.
Bring that, take you.
The armory will give us a little bit more. Replenishes the armor of anyone that's nearby. Seems fairly good.
Warriors of the tides.
These guys have any shields at all? Having a real bad day.
Waves and storms.
Down those Isuan slingers. These guys are broken.
Swordsmen.
We'll have these swords turn around and go after these Luwian swords. You guys turn.
Spearmen.
Go after those Hittite javelins.
The air feels thick.
Here's their general. He has the shiniest helmet. Cutting our way through there, little at a time. A lot of our units are gravely injured.
Deadly aim.
Fall back. Luwian spears are a little bit too much for you.
We are invincible.
Javelins come on back as well.
Reach sharp.
Instead of getting smashed,
March onward.
let's move in and try to claim. You guys break down these Luwian spears. Go ahead and claim this zone so we don't have to worry about it attacking us anymore.
Start marching. Waves
Or
and
they're generals that
swords.
we break.
Fast and fury. We're invincible.
They're gone.
Axeman. Reach up.
Getting flanked was the end there for them. Alright, you warriors, you move in and help.
Warriors of the tide!
There's so many guys up on the hills, though.
Hold the line! Take the
Javelin right there, slinged right in the back.
Warriors march!
There's the surprise Eastwood militia I was worried about. Okay, you guys flee.
On our way!
Try to bring them with you.
Start marching!
A couple of our guys here are a little bit overextended.
Swordsmen!
Break them before it's too late.
On our way!
Just run right past them. There it is. And now,
Make your men!
collect their souls.
Winds
Perfect.
guide us! This mist is not helping!
Brought down our first siege.
I'll strangle you!
I'm gonna run down as many of these surviving Hittites. I'll catch you in a moment.
This is why they fear us.
Yes!
Yeah. Yeah. Boss fight. Boss fight. Resistance gets you slaughtered, except for don't look at our Sherden recruits, they're fine. 100% of them survived. We are gonna go ahead and raise. Toss us to the ground.
Easy to tear down. I feel it. Burning. My brother, the sun.
You are
beckons
stone
me
cold
to
crazy. Let's go ahead and continue to increase your ardor, although I do like the idea of having more replenishment rate. We're just gonna move as far and as wide as we can. Range far.
The horizon is a step away.
Alright, so we are stuck here for the turn, but Tarsus is now a smoldering pile of embers, and we have to finish them off by coming over here to Kienda. I have to split them down the middle. Next royal decree, we've either got refined bribery, which will drop their holdout time in a siege, or we'll have the life of a soldier. Gives a little bit more experience per turn. I actually think instead we'll go for the fair workforce distribution, which will give us a little bit more labor growth for his camp.
Follow me to the end.
Kind of like you do need with factions, you have laborers for your camp as well that'll be building up, and as you use them, it's kind of a finite, well, it's not it's a replenishable resource that you use. So every time you, say, one of these takes 3 workforce, tell us exactly how much. This would take 4 workforce. It would drop us down to 0, and we'd have to start building up all over again, which is how the growth works here. All right, the turn. Looks like the people of Tarsus are feared of old Iolaos.
Flame in the flesh.
Definitely should be. Come in and pray to
I will
Isul.
show you my worth.
We'll keep moving.
Raiding grounds away.
50% movement sounds great. Drop into
Let's
our
rest
encamp
and have
stance.
fun.
Let's rest and have fun. Battle loot and melee attack both sound fantastic. Let's go ahead and grab our idol of Isul. Drop everyone's melee attack by 10%, or their morale by 10%, that is.
Found me. Good job.
Found me. Good job. Got 4 Sherden swordsmen. Let's grab some more javelins.
We will do whatever we want.
We'll have 6 total
You
javelins,
will
and
get your
then
fill with me.
lastly we'll have just 1 more
Let's
front
do
line
bad
as swordsman.
things together.
Let's do bad things together. We'll be able to upgrade our forces
Here I
here
am.
very soon. Destruction in Tarsus. Still build
Iolaos,
things here with Iolaos.
Brother to the sun.
Well then, Iolaos, let's at least go ahead and grab the Lookouts Gathering. We're gonna start working on our laborer growth and replenishment. Let's do that first. Excellent. I think we will go ahead and grab another Nuragi Tower. We want these things to be raised all over the place. Iolaos and his mighty towers. He wants gold. I don't have very much gold, so you can leave. As fate would have it. Yeah, as fate would have it, you're about to get bodied.
Burn first, questions later.
Burn first, questions later. Let's move on into Kienda. kind of like to put a tower in up front, though,
Our quest continues.
first. We can't. Such is the way we have to claim it.
The horizon
Let's it'll just
is
go
a
right
step
by them and
away.
hit Kienda. I
There
lied.
they are.
Claim the outpost spot.
My brother would be proud.
He would.
It is I.
You were a tower-raising fella. Got 5 people defending the base, and they've got a fort as well. That makes things a little bit spicy. 15, there's 12 defending. Armored Anatolian spears are pretty defensive.
Witness
We
me.
fall back and go into an ambush. One more turn of replenishment would be very, very nice. We can come on up and grab Champion of Larun. Furious Charge for all of our Sherden. Let's do it. Take this one out. We'll grab the Furious Charge. We'll go ahead and step back.
Motion is life.
Stand here and go into an ambush.
Follow me
Not
to
the
the end.
most
Remain
smart
on
of
your
ideas,
toes.
but you can't really fall back that far.
Isu
25%
guides us.
and ambush.
We shall be subtle.
Subtle for a very, very brief moment. Pull up some more outposts. We 120 food. And a raised region. Oh, that's the upgraded version. Okay. Yeah, I think we just go for the normal one. Let that build up, and that might convince him to come over and try to burn it down. Sneaky, sneaky. Or he takes the opportunity to run off into the highlands. Interesting strategy.
Fanning the flames.
Well, I'm gonna burn down
Burn
Kienda
their
then.
beards.
Still got some fairly decent defenders. Or is this gonna be a minor settlement battle? It is indeed. Looks like we are assaulting a mine. I will go ahead and I'm gonna go have a brief break and we'll come right back and we will have the Battle of Kienda. And we're back. It's time to bring down, this man's name is Helarizzi. You poor fool. The burning of Kienda is upon you. Alright, and we will go ahead and, well, no, we want to wait. Let's find some spicy weather. Dry to a thunderstorm. Maybe we get a thunderstorm now. Then we get a really boring dry and fog. Fair enough. I'm thinking we definitely start with javelin troops fording the river. Much more of a kind of barren, hilly area, isn't it? Statue to either one of the Hittite gods or the leader of the area. I'm not sure. If you know exactly what these would be for, let us know in the comments. This beautiful city is about to be brought to ruin. You have some reinforcements coming in from over here. Let's make sure they don't make it. Let's go ahead and, I guess, surround them in javelins.
Assure's the tide.
Our triumph will
Sure
please
is the
the
tide.
gods.
Surround them in javelins, and they'll have a horrible, horrible day. And we'll have them rolling with these recruits, which don't matter so much if they get chopped up by their own javelins.
Easily done.
That will be perfect.
Deadly
Uh,
aim.
Lord Smashing Team 1. Of course, it'd be great if they had even more reinforcements than that, and we are leaving those poor lads to their doom. Let's go ahead and have... I want to have the Nuragi Harpooners coming in from over here, but let's send them in where there's no one able to launch rocks from multiple angles.
Sea javelins.
Multiple sea javelins over here. They're going to see lots of javelins flying directly their way. Bad jokes for the win. Let's have a Sherden swordsman.
Keep in line now.
Make sure I knew who's already deployed.
Winds guide us.
Or Sherden swordsmen back here, since they've got also the ability
Easily done.
to be so deadly with their own
On our
javelins.
glory.
Our Kiloni formation lads. And then we need multiple attack fronts just because we've got lots of heavy armor. Lay us over here. We'll have the axes rolling with you. What do we do with our recruits? We'd have the recruits have their own attempt fording the river.
Triumph on this day.
We'll hide them initially. We'll have them go with the lads who specialize in bonk.
Axemen!
These guys all in one group. What are we really missing? These Sherden swords. We'll have 3 on this side then.
Fight for
There we
glory.
go. Everyone is ready. Battle begin.
No hiding now!
Where are your slingers at? Either way, this man's about to have a horrible day. Armor drops to almost 0 right off the bat. Go ahead and charge him,
Save that.
and we'll make sure the javelins can maintain that fire.
Reef sharp.
Axemen!
They do have lads defending the other side. Start walking these troops forward.
Steady the base!
Where are your other slingers? They've got 2 units of them. Everyone move forward.
We will
Enemy lord's still fighting.
perish.
I mean, our recruits are getting smacked. But we kind of expect them to. No. What are you up to?
Start marching!
Oh yeah, this nonsense?
We're invincible!
That's fine. The old Warhammer
On our
missile
way!
troop charge into melee
Your
combat.
backs.
Still a thing.
Deadly aim.
You see the 1 unit of slings, the others have to be hidden in here somewhere. You all start advancing, we'll have you sprint, that way you're ahead of everyone else. We can start harassing the front line with these javelins and
Swordsman.
these swordsmen.
Without doubt.
Winds guide us!
Stop these pirates.
Say, stop these pirates. Rude.
Axemen.
We represent that. Alright, the par is gone.
Javelins away!
We can just let the...
Sea
I think he was just trying to reinforce, run back to base, more or less.
March onwards!
Where are your other sling units? I'm slightly confused. Move you up in kilo formation. Although we do need to be careful because javelins are going to hurt. Those armored Hittite javelins are going to be nasty. So you two move
No
up.
one can break us! Let's
We're going to
do
try to
this.
duel them as one.
Start marching!
These 4 recruits are getting absolutely smacked. Send 1 unit of swords in to disrupt that. Then you guys can start moving up now. Javelins, you go with them.
On our way!
Go over there.
March
That'll do.
onwards!
These recruits were up for dealing the death blow to the enemy lord.
Swordsman.
Swordsman, you guys would
Move forward!
treat a little bit there.
See javelins!
We're going to be moving up in very enemy
Warriors, march!
territory. Heavy enemy territory, too. Stand back a little bit. Make sure the harpooners can launch
Blood and battle! Spearmen!
melee with that group.
Fight
Send
for
in the
glory!
swordsmen to get their
Lightning spear.
javelins in.
Warriors march.
Ooh, that's probably going to hurt. 99%, they actually absorbed that pretty well.
Fight for glory!
Javelins now.
Move
Down
up.
in blood!
We are under
We're going to
fire.
try to get these skirmishers from continuing to do damage. Cross the river with you guys.
Ready
Taking some
spear.
side damage. Not what we really want to see.
onwards. Swordsman.
Move up and start chopping through them.
Bleed them out.
Not a lot else to do. Gotta move quick as we can.
Stop marching.
Iolaos and your group start moving your way in. Oh, those armored Hittite skirmishers got butchered. Love to see it.
Reef shot!
You guys come out of kilo in formation, which is just an incredible. They're almost indestructible in kilo formation. We've lost 1 or 2 units each battle. They've been in the thick of things the entire time.
Hurl spears.
All right, guys,
For the sea gods!
smash them. We'll send our javelins over the top. It's a lot of recruits. They're up against the most heavily armored Hittites they have. And the blob overcome. How many have they lost so far? I mean, the damage they did to that group's armor, that was a lot of guys hitting them all at the same time.
Start
No, 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 no. Don't run towards them. Throw javelins at that group of spears. Thank you kindly.
God preserve us!
You two javelins.
Deadly aim!
Hold back. Let everyone else move in.
Perish! Blink them out!
Perish.
I will burn their ships!
Keep slicing our way through. You're out of javelins, so just stand here then.
March onwards!
See if you can throw them into the back line.
Away!
Seeing if we can break the individual groups that we're throwing down with. Yeah, these spearmen are wavering quickly.
The
Javelins
sea
back.
unites us!
Just keep them from getting any reinforcements. That'll work out. Skaven slave horde. Oh, they're broken. What a mistake. You shouldn't have run.
Clubs!
That's going to be the end.
On our way! Stick them like balls!
Slice right through them. We're going to actually add these guys in. Let their charge bonus take effect.
Javelins!
A hard time to throw at guys that are behind your men. You throw it. Well, they're taking shots opportunistically. Where are my elite axes?
Blood and battle!
We wasted. We should have got them with the charge through. These Sherden swordsmen move up. Engage these armored skirmishers.
On our way! Swing and loose! Strike
What a
hard!
weird battle strategy they're going for.
Riptide, take you!
Sherden recruits just try to press through them. Then we're just not even gonna fight the same way they're willing to.
Fleet them out!
They're charging and fleeing. Tap with the back of the head. Bad time. Alright, they're broken. Move on through.
March onwards! Come on!
We'll have you guys hit these Luwian swordsmen, and we'll have these javelin men go around. It's a nice rear chuck in on the enemy there. Where's Iolaos? Still not at the front line. By his glowing mane, the back fell.
Victory is not possible!
Chasing off these swordsmen. Victory is not possible. Got some fairly in-depth fights here with multiple steps. First enough is just a simple field bash.
Sea javelin!
You guys get around side. Looks like we broke them just in time, and as they run, they're gonna get scythed down by the harpoons. And it looks like we've got them. Have these recruits crash into the back line here.
No one to break us!
That dread advance going to scare them off. Limit our own casualties. Just aggressively walk forward. That's right, lads. Take what you can and give nothing back. I see no one still fighting. So I feel like it's this group of... Oh, there's a general back here. Elarizzi was hiding the whole time. Elarizzi the Uber coward. They're broken. I don't even think he's going to be willing to fight. He's got the very weak and Anatolian spears. Just crash into him. You guys. Go around here after this group. We'll have the axes stand up in front of them. That way everyone else can get their charge. Same thing here. You clubs, come off to the side. Like so. Everyone else, on your way. Few of them might try to come back, so you just keep chasing off these units. But really, didn't like that much at all. Nobody's back in the fight. You only thought he was down. Some of these hammers are just a rock on the end of a stick that someone carved into a beautiful bashing stick. It's a lot of work. Rizzy himself. He looks a little bit scared. The hell, that rabbit? I like fear. Gives them the kick, and I think they're going to go ahead and turn and run for their lives. And there's the victory. Sorry there, Helarizzi. Come around the corner and get a javelin in the neck. What a bad day. Going into battle there, though. Shield Bash of Doom. It's not quite a Tars, but I'm sure that would feel awful to get smacked with. Well done, lads. Only 100 and so fall. We'll go ahead and raise the summon to the ground and cackle the whole time.
Easy to tear down.
Easy to tear down.
My brother, the sun, beckons me to
Nice
him.
stockpile of food, wood, bronze, and the like, so we should be able to do some good upgrades. I think next we're going to grab in our Archer Hunters Gathering, because the Sherden have some special archers that have the sulfur-tipped arrows, which I just think lights things on fire a little bit faster. They're the exact same as fire arrows. They just also light buildings and vegetation a little bit quicker. Takes a volley or two normally. We'll see just how fast it is, though. Right, zoom on in. Got outpost to construct. The ones that are building are building. Don't you rush me. Might as well throw one in up here, though. Just give us a nice little chunk of food. For our troubles. We went and settled it again. He's going to offer me a heap of food for all of my bronze. Get out of here. Suma Lazidi. Foolish decision. Find out, won't we? I think you guys resettling Kiendo was a foolish decision. Come here, buddy.
Isul, with your blessing.
I'm burning this to the ground because I have to wipe you out, my friend. Which is just the way. Yep, that's going to be the end. We lost 274, more than in any of our battles so far. Raise it to the ground again, and we'll not gain nearly as many prizes. Gain war spoils again later on. It's more for wiping the faction out, completing our ambition. Got the fishing
I
nets.
feel it. Burning.
Yep, you are crazy.
Witness me.
Now we don't get to use our turn building, which is a bit sad. Fishing nets give us 35% more raid income. So not what I was expecting, but that's pretty solid. I don't exactly know how much raiding we are going to end up doing. Hit Master for more upkeep production for all of our horde units. Strong Vigor is also something we're really going to want. Expert Charge Defense for all of our Naragi. Naragi are incredibly powerful. And Patron of the Natives, which would be great if we were currently doing a kind of settled playstyle, which we're not here. You're burning everything to the ground.
Isul, I hear you.
Civilization is evil. Cool. Got some expired barters. That's fine. I don't need any barters with you anyway. Outpost construction available here at Tarsus. Thought we already were. Okay, well, towers are raising themselves up. Looks like we finally have the Pillars of Civilization. We are in prosperity for now. We've got to keep burning things to the ground. So we are actually not even counted as the Sea People. We count as the Sherden. So we get more replenishment, more workforce cost reduction faction-wide, and then a nice little decrease to construction costs for all of our tribal outposts. Pretty solid. Interesting. Blessing and disaster. Now let's start tearing things to the ground. Where's our closest pillar of civilization? In Hati, they're all over the place. Our closest one is here. So, start working our way up that way. We might make it before the end of the episode. We will see. Is once again Shimsu Horse. We can choose our royal tradition, and court is in session. I don't think court is going to be something we care about even a little bit. So our path to power is going to be we can either join one of the other two traditions, which would have to have Sea People have to have 3 Hittite or Egyptian lands instead of just 1, or one of the normally settled factions, or we can forge our own path, which we're here to do. to go the path of the Sea Peoples, we need to research the decree and new lands, or we can go the path of the Marauders, which, hey, check it out. Fire. We need to gather our armies and raise everything in sight. Path of the Marauders provides unique ways to wipe the lands clean and leave nothing in your wake. Well, this is the perfect one for Irsu now. He didn't have a legacy that really fit him before. And gather eminence points to increase your power by fighting battles, raiding, and raising settlements and outposts. Spend eminence. Use 3 powerful pre-battle options and 1 post-battle option. Promise of Glory, which is kind of like the Slaneshi Seduce option, which lets you steal units from your enemies. Domination lets you subjugate and raise whole cities, rallying the native population to your banner. Oh, really? Display of Power can frighten enemy forces, making them easy to fight. And then Raise and Exterminate can be used when you truly want to wipe out a settlement and gain extra resources. That sounds horrifying. Bolder actions, like dominating larger settlements, bribing elite units, cost more eminence points, and we need to choose our targets carefully. Sure, let's do it. We are going to forge our own path on the path of the murderers. Bad time. Everyone who is not Iolaos. So we've got Domination, Retainers, Available Glory Seekers. As we become more scary, some units are just going to follow us naturally. That's awesome. Promise of Glory. We've got nothing to start. We've got to actually start making a name for ourselves.
Burn first, questions later.
I think. Well, there's actually multiple pillars of civilization down here to the south. Shupililiuma is to the north. Let's go ahead and try to take down our closest pillar of civilization, which Alalah, or Tuba is going to be our first choice.
There they
We
are.
wanted to take this outpost. Ooh, we've got an army in our way.
Blood and ashes.
Hang on, let's cancel our move.
Excitement ahead.
Or do we just jump into the battle here? Let's get them. We're going to go after the Adonis of Ugarit first then. Grumpy looking fella. Enjoy war. They've never stopped being at war.
Blades
Right.
and torches ready.
You were dramatic. Rolling with a whole heap of Knight recruits. Not a strategy I would say is going to work out for you. Let's charge on in and give them the old bonk. The only thing we really have to worry about is they have an absolute ton of rock throwers here, so we do need to close the gap pretty quickly. Our own Javelineers have no armor and no shields, so they'll drop pretty fast to a rock to the noggin. Alright, dry to thunderstorm. Let's go ahead and wait. See, when we say wait and click deploy,
I've heard the Canaanites
not what I'm looking for, not even once. So this is an awesome looking battle map. A proper mountain pass. Well, their rock throwers are extremely advantageous here. We don't know where they're all at though, so... Okay, let's charge the front line then with a horde of recruits. We can send the elite guys around.
Their Shabbat's land will be better off without them. For the sea
Bunch of
gods.
club guys. I don't want to bring the seasoned harpooners with them, but they're just going to get targeted down by the enemy missile troops there. So let's keep you behind so that they keep moving forward.
I am up to it.
I am up to it. These Naragi warriors would also be good for the front line because they are going to be hard to
Easily
do
done.
any amount of damage to. You guys, Naragi warriors, keep you in a unit for now.
Form a battle group.
Club guys, and then all of our javelins. Javelin guys,
The Canaanites are
you're gonna
nothing
want.
but a rabble.
Are you up? I thought he was up on top. I was very impressed. Let us deploy up on top of this hill. Let's go ahead and have you and 3 javelin go this way.
Form ranks.
Form ranks. Send you with 2 units of marines. Sherden swordsmen. These guys are the marines if you were playing as the
Without doubt.
other Sea People faction. Let's have the 2 club guys go extremely wide.
Without
This will be battle group 1. And then everyone else, plus these guys.
For the sea gods.
Oh, I guess we're having Iolaos go front.
Spears
You got the
ready.
strategy eventually.
I've heard
You
the
3.
Canaanites fight like rabid dogs.
He heard the Canaanites
We
fight like
sky
rabid
us.
dogs.
Without doubt. Easily done.
No missiles in the middle. Just recruits to be charging straight down the middle. It's gonna be terrifying for them.
Axemen!
Baptism and fire. Let's do it. Start making our perilous way down the mountain pass here.
Always in action.
You guys start moving
Waves and storms!
aggressively wide.
As sure as it dies!
We'll have them walk initially. Start advancing as well.
We will do so!
I'll have them start running. Most of our army's invisible, but the same thing for them.
Fear will not stop me!
This is one of my new favorite maps we've ever played on. Love the terrain differences here. Seem to be scared to do this in Total War. In Warhammer, that is.
We have defeated stronger armies than this!
Absolutely. This is nothing. Position quickly there, lads.
Proceeding!
Oh, there they are. Fall back.
Please guide us!
We found them.
Move forward! Let's do this!
At least a few of
March
them.
onwards! Warriors march!
Yeah, like side there. We'll go ahead and get you guys in just a moment. Come back to the middle line
Their
where
Sabbath land will
we need to probably
be
start
better off
sprinting.
without them. Swordsmen!
they are all incredibly tired because they were on march, so we can be a little bit more aggressive. Start
Clubs!
going wide.
We're invincible!
Get into the tree lines. We don't have to worry about those
Warriors march!
rocks coming our way.
Move forward! No one can break us! Our javelins are
Charge
greater
these
in
recruits.
number! Clubs!
Come up this way
On
first.
our way!
Come on there, clubs.
Blood and battle!
Since you're in the tree line, those the rocks are gonna have a hard time doing anything at all.
On our way!
Alright, time for Kiloni formation. Everyone else,
Quick now! March onward!
fall back. Troops, stay here.
Warriors
Having all sorts of
march!
issues here.
Start
moving up.
marching!
To engage those recruits, you guys fall a little bit back.
Unites us. Ah, there
Wide.
they are, the
A
wretches.
battle of the lads.
See you now, weakling.
Let's go ahead and surround our Naragi warriors.
For the sea
Fools.
gods.
That's gonna go very well for you. Javelin here.
Deadly aim.
The incredibly dangerous harpooners.
Warriors of the tides. Now another kick
Start
to
bringing
the
them
head,
in.
please. Finally, we see what we're fighting.
Alright, I see what you're up to.
Blood and battle. Fight for glory. Meet your maker.
Charge. Try to push you past into these Canaanite rock throwers. Stop them chucking those at our lord there.
Swordsman.
You got broke just with the javelin tosses. That is fantastic.
No one can
Onward.
break us. Smash their hands.
Just so much is going on, we can't really get move around very well. Let's do some slow-mo. You can actually see the battle. Tor riff kicks in immediately. They already know. A lot of you back here, isn't there? Can't see them all because of all the
On the way.
shrubbery.
Warriors march.
This warrior should be doing fantastic work in there. Let's purge in and break these other clubmen.
Enemy spotted. Take
Those recruits, even if they choose to go
Warriors of
after
the tides.
our harpooners, are gonna have a terrible day. No hope. Orb rolls in. How are our recruits doing?
Drown in blood. Winds
Not all of them
guide
are actually
us.
fighting.
Whoa!
Looks very tired. What's going on here? Overtaken by something. Well, heat exhaustion.
Axemen. Strike hard.
Gonna leave you. Stop anyone from reinforcing. Lots of enemies breaking through the woods there.
Finish.
We're charging through ourselves. Now you stand here and again stop anyone from reinforcing if they decide to come back. They're all running up the hill.
Blood and battle!
Other javelin men, you also stay here.
March onwards!
Discourage reinforcements.
Axemen!
Battle in the mountain pass. Alright, let you guys charge in and use your spears properly. Break formation. Get them.
Bring that, thank you!
Probably my favorite looking model in the new update is the Naragi Spearman. See the line being pushed back very steadily. Got a few fancy hats over here on this side. Let's bring our javelins in to deal with that.
Brown in blood!
Brown in blood. Where's my harpooners?
On our way!
And it is your target.
Waves and storms!
Broke everyone up front.
Meet your
Charge
maker.
in and finish them off.
Cut and gut them!
Cut and gut them.
Let them drive out!
Groundbreaking charge.
Let's get out of here!
Looks like these
We will
Canaanites
fight
have
another
met
day.
their match. Love the purple they've got going though. There's no proper purple pack playable besides Seti.
I will not die here!
Close the line of doom. He was talking from the inside of a hallway too. These guys are back. Since they broke with such high morale, high unit count too, we'll be coming on back pretty quickly. Take a little bit to break them though. Smallest amount of damage. And there it is. They were in March. They have no chance of escaping, but I'm going to run down as many of these poor, unfortunate Canaanites as we can. Catch you in a moment. Everyone's got an Achilles. Yeah, and I guess a neck too. Sorry, Dan. We only lost 49 in the fighting. You poor fools. We are going to go ahead and take them on to get the extra laborer growth. And eminence too.
Sound
We
of that.
business.
My
We're moving
brother,
planes
this
to this
side,
empty outpost site.
beckons me to him.
Build up ourselves another Naragi outpost. How much is it to instantly
Follow
complete
me
it?
to the end.
105 gold. Is that worth it? The answer is probably not. Let's rush it this turn. I would like to drop off some of our
Who
lads
else?
here. Go ahead and pray to
In
East
your
as
name,
well. We'll
our
drop off
enemies
some
are ash.
of our javelins and our recruits. Let them kind of hold the line. We can keep moving through. We aren't at war with Tubas. There's no reason to burn their Shrine of Baal. I'd like to see how far I can move, thank you.
My brother watches.
I'd like to do some more recruit, or some more building. So 50% here,
I cannot wait.
and we'll come on in and grab ourselves the archer building if we can. Get some more stone. Okay. Such is the way. If we hadn't built the Naragi, we would have been able to afford it. Recruitment rank for generals. Replenishment faction wide. Replenishment rate is pretty solid. Charge bonus faction wide. Yeah, let's move in through the refined bribery into prepare in the shadows, since we already have the furious charge, which basically means you don't lose charge bonus even when hitting them from the front.
A flame in the flesh.
It's just going to make them even more dangerous. Also snag the first blade here to give us a little bit more growth. And let's continue to make you move even further. Iolaos the Longstrider. Or Tarsus. Alright, so that's all we can get up to for this turn. It wants us to waste more of our stone on a Naragi. You can't make me. We're 10 points. What do we have going? Absolutely nothing. This is very fair. Yes, we didn't do any recruiting at all
Fanning the
because
flames.
we're a professional.
vision
Move down
guides us.
to this position. 12 units at least to take down Alalah.
It is I. Let's rest and have fun.
Let's rest and have fun. And we'll go ahead and give you a couple more
Does anyone else
javelins
like
and recruiters.
fire?
Like the recruits, the guys we just kicked out, raising up some more.
Iolaos, brother to the sun.
Keep the stone we get from destroying this settlement. Should be hopefully enough to build ourselves the archery post we want. At Iolaos himself, we will wait. And in the turn. Oh, they came all out to face us at the same time. Got Donnie and Zephon. Knight shield bearers have some pretty chunky armor. Actually bringing even some light Syrian archers. 37 missile damage is pretty dangerous. We could promise of glory. How much do we have to spend though? Tell me how many points we have to spend. Awesome. They all cost at least 20 to 30 points. Okay, fine. Can we false attack to scare them off? On failure, your army will suffer a morale penalty. No, we don't really want to do that then. Me and you then, Donis. Little does he know, we have ourselves a camp to hide in. Where you at?
Let them fail.
All the way over
They
here,
will
huh?
die all the same.
They do have the archers that can just kind of rain fire arrows on us, which would be a little bit annoying. So what we need to do is try to combat that by sending our clubs out. Probably 2 of our javelins as well. Clubs, javelins, and then... probably that's it. Keep the recruits at the center. Iolaos as well.
Reefs up!
Once they let loose, we pray.
Exactly. We want you guys going into Peloni stance immediately. Love the elite javelins to
Guide us!
them defended.
Let's do this!
Javelin swordsman combos.
We're invincible!
You're invincible. Pull some swordsmen in here.
Warriors on the tide.
Ready to reinforce where they're needed.
Axeman!
Wouldn't mind these recruits kind of being the first ones to get shot at, but I don't think we're going to get that to happen. So let's have you guys get ready to rush out
Guide us!
and perhaps go after those Syrian archers. We shall see. Our Premiers, I also kind of want to sprint out of the settlement. Be able to do more damage out there.
I love any excuse to kill Canaanites.
Because I love any excuse for you with you Canaanites. This is a unit, this is a unit, and you guys. Let's get them. Are all these towers working for us? Yes, they are. Actually, send our units out like we wanted to. Not all of you, just you guys. Someone outside.
Warriors, march.
Clubs, javelins, harpoons.
Move forth! Aim at their heads!
Oh my.
Move forth!
You are the first ones getting shot at.
We're invincible!
Arrows don't have much armor piercing, and they've got a lot of armor and a lot of missile block.
Stop marching!
Send the recruits outside the walls.
On our way!
Should move fast enough where they can recover in time, but
Start
we have to
marching!
eat our words, we'll see.
Repel the Canaanites!
Really, oh, fire arrows. They're going for our towers. Clever. I don't know what we can do about that, actually. You guys focus those Canaanite shield bearers.
Reef sharp!
This charge to beat down these Syrian archers.
Move forth!
Spooner, you come in, try to get onto the archers as well.
Better than everyone.
Axeman!
Fruits. Give them a bonk on the head. Got plenty of guys in here to defend.
Warriors march!
Trying to light our house on fire, though. How rude. Hail of javelins. Love to see it. Give him another. Obstructed barely.
Winds guide us!
Reef sharp.
See javelins!
Fantastic flanking. Let's have you guys come in And just charge here, try to keep the aim guessing.
The sea unites
The aim, exactly.
Riptide take you!
Sound of a broken mind. Ooh.
Reach up!
Dodge.
Meet your maker!
Cut and
It
gut
goes us
them!
around our Naragi warriors entirely.
This'll witness!
Very brave. The Naragi warriors, I'm not sure how you beat the Sherden in one of their camps like this.
Stick them
That's
like
pretty
bull.
devastating. Javelins aren't hitting friendlies, but that's a javelin in the back. He's gonna remember that one.
I am the one!
Need a gun to get respect.
Swordsman,
Charge them down.
I'll strangle you! March onwards!
Fight for glory!
Come on! Throw!
Lads out on the outside.
Move forward!
Around these Canaanite shield bearers. Our corners go ahead and fall back a little bit.
Hurl spears!
Hurl spears indeed.
Javelins now! Unch! Make for it!
Alright, a little bit of
No one
micro.
can break
You
us.
guys get the javelins in the
On
back.
our
No one
way.
likes that.
Start marching!
The sea unites
Go ahead and
us!
charge them. That way you have some
March
backup.
onwards! Blood and battle!
Club guys to fall back a
On
minute.
our way!
They're not very well armored, and they'll have a bad day.
Throw your spears!
No one stops me!
Sweet. Go ahead and remove the spearmen from Colony formation.
Spearman!
Burning for battle! Fire and blood!
That was
No one can break
executed
us!
just about as
Stick
perfectly
them
as I
like
wanted.
bull.
Yeah, they're broken. They're not going to come back.
That's
We're
the
here to
aim.
finish off this lord, and we've got
We're
him.
invincible!
Meet your maker!
Gunners, stop firing at wilds.
Hold
Get
the
Zeph on.
shots. Blood!
For the sea gods!
All the sea gods.
Blood!
Poseidon, Neptune, and Manan.
Cut and gut them!
Not exactly how I would charge into battle. I think it would be sweeping around.
Smells like roasting bull! There is no hope!
Smells like a roasting bull. He's trying to jump to see the fighting. That's awesome little animation there. Hey, these guys are done. They picked a fight with the absolute wrong lads.
Waves and storms!
Excuse me. Syrian archers.
March
Calm
onwards.
down.
I will not die!
We had to sacrifice a few of our clubmen there.
Face the fury!
You guys
Stop marching!
disengage and go after those light Syrian archers.
Blood and
Anything with you?
battle!
Just absolute bedlam. If you're one of our guys not wearing armor, you better hope none of these arrows or javelins have your name on them. It's gonna be a miserable time. We're gonna run down the rest of these Canaanites. I'll catch y'all in a moment.
Victory is ours!
Yeah. Weirdly quiet fighting there. Alright then. Forever be known as the silent battle. We can let them live, or we can just steal their equipment. And we steal their goodies. Goodies, I mean, I guess they're people. So we need the replenishment. I would like to take down Alalah now. Miko just ran away as fast as he could. Okay, we got the follower of Isul, which will give us a priest of Isul. 10% morale for all of our horde units. Razor Stack Garret. The horde melee champion will give us 4 melee units off of their weapons, making themselves available in special recruitment. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and claim this one. Give me the goodies. 4 special units, we can place our recruits. What do we get?
My brother, the sun, beckons me to
We've
him.
got some Aegean Fame Seekers. Look at their hats. Not a lot of melee attack and defense, just a tier 2 club unit. Islander Long Spears, or Islander Young Spears. Sherden recruits, and a Sherden warband. These guys are incredible. Cost gold though, and we don't have a lot of that. Up to 50 a turn. So a pretty extreme timer. Probably just want to grab in, not the Sherden recruits, it's a bit of a waste. But the Islander Young Spears don't know if we need any spearmen at all. Aim Seekers do a lot of damage, but they're almost identical to our Sherden looters. They have a little bit more melee defense. Everything else is almost identical. Interesting. I'll just keep them back then, in case we need more guys on the fly.
Prosperity? Well, why not?
And for Iolaos' commands, we've got Heat of Battle. Tell your enemy armies to wait for the perfect weather before they strike. This increases the chance for sweltering weather to occur and makes your units immune to its effects. I'm sorry, excuse me? Increases War Spoils level by 1. War Spoils will have an additional 6th level. Make them suffer. That's pretty great. Who else hiding here? Lookout post. We've got a way station and a trading post. We just have to worry about the extra spearmen.
A flame in the flesh.
Let's try out the sweltering
Eyes
weather
open
then.
always.
We are coming up on the end of this first look. We'll go ahead and use the Heat of Battle. We'll charge into Alalah.
There they are.
There they are. There's a lot of them, but a lot of them are also very, very
Blood and
weakened after our
ashes.
previous fight. Milkiaton. Quite a few veteran Canaanite swordsmen hiding behind its walls. Steal any of your friends? No, because for some reason they're incredibly costly in terms of glory. That's fine. Let's move in and have one final battle. Okay, I thought we were waiting for sweltering weather. This is just dry. Let's try again. Dry to sweltering. Really need sweltering to start, don't we? You know what? We'll start with this one because at least we have sweltering. If we wait again and we fail, that'd be a really bad time. We got drinking water to replenish their stamina.
We will remove these fleas and lies.
Got the kind of the storehouses outside. I love the variants of the settlements. Palm trees and it's over here. Like a public fountain in a town square kind of area. Beautiful. If we had our flame-tipped archers or our sulfur-tipped arrows, we would be doing even better. Let's frontier and deal with this first group of reinforcements from me. You got it.
Keep your line.
Keep your line.
As sure as the tide.
Have the recruits here sweep around wide.
Sure as the time. Same orders, men.
Recruits, lead infantry. I'm gonna put you guys with the recruits, and they're not necessarily. Have our elites all together. Javelins.
Reef sharp.
There's gonna be quite a few guys coming through here, so let's grab one unit of the Aragi spears. We'll charge them towards this part as soon as the battle begins there.
For the sea gods.
Our weakened clubs, let's go ahead and play behind our
Swordsmen.
3 units of swords.
Easily done.
Any other reinforcement points besides just this one? Doesn't
Our
look like it.
triumph will please the gods.
Okay, so we'll have another unit of swords on this side.
Blood in battle.
As sure as the tide.
Sweet business.
We do so.
We are
Hooters.
invincible. Axemen.
Elite axemen, and then we'll have all of the recruits
Reach sharp.
just ready to be a disruption for anyone that decides to come out of the settlement. You guys,
Soon we will all taste glory.
to whom we will all taste glory,
Blood and battle.
will hide in this portion of the grass. Looks like since you're not a light unit, you can't hide in the grass. Bring you over here then.
We're invincible.
Hide all of our recruits in the grass.
No one can break us.
Like they are very murderous, angry Pokemon. That'll begin.
Here I am.
You guys gonna reinforce? Slightly confused. Do they just start inside the settlement?
The Canaanites fight like rabid
That works.
dogs.
Guess that works for me. Takes a little bit of the guesswork out of it.
Without doubt.
Okay. Shield bearers are in the wall formation. What weird deployments. It looks like they're trying to deploy, but because there's a mountain here, they can't.
We will skewer them two at a time.
I don't trust it. Where are you guys hiding? There's supposed to be reinforcements coming in from up here. But move these guys up into that portion of the tall grass. Let them lie in wait.
The Canaanites are nothing but a
Just
rabble.
move up and chuck your javelins at these Syrian archers. That'd be awesome. I'll have a unit of the swords move up.
Swordsman!
Screen for you guys if we need to. I don't trust this. The second I walk by, they're gonna reinforce. Veteran swordsmen have a long ways to travel.
Waves and storms.
All right, well, let's start moving in.
Without doubt.
Start walking for those guys.
No one stops
We'll
me!
advance a little at a time here.
Seize the moment!
This is a great place to hide.
This is a great
Axeman.
place to hide. Peeking out of the wheat. No one knows we're here. Very quiet. Please, no one launch fire arrows over here. Lads will not enjoy
Winds
it.
guide us! Waves and storms!
Threaten that unit of archers.
March onwards!
Ooh, they're firing back with fire arrows.
Hurl those spears!
Lighting that ablaze would be a bad time
No
for
one
us.
stand in my way!
Move forward!
Up.
Warriors march!
Swordsman. Let's do
As
this.
soon as the sweltering weather kicks in, you guys are in big trouble.
On our way!
So those javelins do whatever you want.
Spears
Maybe they
ready.
can actually reach them from here. Okay, that's bad. You guys need to fall back then.
Start marching!
Oh yeah, exactly. Look at that. They immediately reinforce as soon as we broke past them.
The sea unites us!
That's hilarious.
Start marching!
You waited. You guys are having a really bad day. Fall back.
I on it! The sea unites
Luckily, we
us!
dealt with the enemy lord almost immediately.
I'll strangle you!
We've got a lot of guys here that are fighting we don't want them to be.
Drown in blood!
Stay back and chuck those javelins.
Javelins now! On our way!
Swordsman charge through.
That will sting!
That's one lord felled.
Lefty spears!
Swordsman. On our way.
Now we just have to break this first group aggressively.
Finally, we see what we're fighting.
Keep running
Warriors
past.
march!
A couple more javelins we have to deal with.
I will burn their ships!
Melee guys go after them. Everyone else, chuck your javelins at someone.
No one can break us!
And someone to slay.
Javelins away! Move forward! All enemies burn!
The almighty blob.
Axemen! Warriors!
That group's done. You guys come on back. Chuck some javelins at these cell swords. Broken just about everyone on the outside.
Start marching!
Now it's moving in and dealing with the next group.
We're
Getting into their settlement. Go ahead and activate scary mode.
Press them back! Fight for glory!
Axeman.
Have all of our. Oh, we're pulling them out of formation. Sure.
Keep sharp.
Keep smashing in, lads. As soon as this first group breaks, we press in aggressively.
On our way! Warriors march!
Preordained winner!
Preordained winner.
Move forward! Axemen!
Press past.
Swiftly now! Brimton, thank you!
March onwards.
We got kind of a pillbox here.
Marching.
Luckily, we've got a lot of recruits we can just run right
Race
through.
and storms!
Be a menace.
Throw your spears!
They're burning their own forests here.
Warriors, march. Move forward. Axemen.
Yeah, this
Lead
direction.
them out.
Recruits, move.
Swordsmen. Those cowards have left us.
Cowards have left us.
For the sea gods! Axemen!
Move inside aggressively. almost out of javelins entirely, which is kind of sad. The only javelins we have left are on our swordsmen. Both club units are now incredibly disorganized.
I will not die here. On our way. Clubs.
Another one. If they're completely missing now, there we go. Charge in here and break these shield bearers. Harpooners just come up here and be obnoxious. The other javelin lads, yeah, we keep pulling them out of formation. Very easy to do so.
Warriors march.
Our Karagi warriors forward.
On our way.
These recruits are having a bad day. Where'd the rest of your reinforcements go?
Axemen.
They're just all standing in the fire together.
Proceeding.
Charge in.
Them out. There is no hope. Hurl those spears. Start marching. Wings guide
A lot of recruits that are doing absolutely nothing.
No one can break us.
The rest of you javelins, come up and throw those at this general. Some more archers up on the hill.
Javelins now.
Deal with them quickly.
Javelins away. March
Not
onwards.
any reinforcements.
Throw your spears.
Pretty much a single volley should break them. A lot of guys come around behind us, so Iolaos, you deal with them.
Isul, witness.
You javelins help.
Axemen. Cut them.
Too many guys are standing in the middle of the fire there, which is a bad time for everyone. As you would expect.
Warriors march.
Finish off with this group.
Spears.
Those javelins flying. Destroy this general. You guys press past and go after. There's lots of spearmen back there, so you just stay here. Keep clobbering this general.
Drown in blood.
Awesome. 8 Sherden javelins, or Sherden harpooners. Move forward.
Blood and battle. Move forward. Reach up. Spearmen.
Crashing into the swords. Still 120 Niragi warriors.
Javelins now.
Just incredibly dangerous.
Start them up.
So those javelins across the river.
Blood and battle.
All the recruits can keep going the same direction, but have the guys with the Dread March, Dread Advance, all in slot. Alright, cool. We dealt with the reinforcements. Turned back around. Glad they lit their own settlement on fire.
Fight for glory. Warriors of the Tides. Gods have mercy.
Smash into Himiko.
We're invincible. Javelins now.
I've lost a few Niragi warriors. We can have them go into Kaloni stance though and try to pull them up the hill a little ways. That way we can get maximum harpoonage into their backs.
We are
You guys are
invincible.
gonna have a bad time.
Axemen.
2 swords go in here, take out these Canaanite recruits. Shield bearers. Either way. They have Canaanites and they need to fall.
The sea unites us. Spears ready.
Pull back both ways.
Start marching.
They don't really want to fight our javelins.
Reef sharp.
I can give them much of a choice though.
Lightning spears.
Charge in.
Perish. Stick them like balls.
Long swords are swirling. Yeah, should you come back inside the settlement? Guns up, no.
March onwards.
Have our recruits crash down as a one wave into these veteran swords. Alright, you guys need to try to fall back. Keep getting stuck on our first set of Sherden swords, which is going to work beautifully for us.
Axemen. Spears launch. Warriors of the
Those javelins. Heavy armor can only hold up for so much. That is a nightmare scenario. So many javelins. Can you deal with these shield bearers? I know you can.
Javelins now. God save
Bring everyone up here as one gigantic wave.
Axemen.
Blob fight.
Run. Meet your maker.
Proper surround there. unit is broken. We'll have these guys come up and around.
Warriors march! On our way!
Oh, Kiloni formation. Go ahead and just go normal. Oh no, that's the white flag.
We will fight another
Prowess.
day.
The leadership prowess is too much. Speaking prowess, though, needs a lot of work in the battle. More of a needle than a blade. But it fells fools all the same. We lost almost nobody in that battle, which is incredibly surprising. Sherden might be a little bit overstated. We can raise and exterminate for a little bit. Wow. That is a lot of goodies. We'll simply raise it first.
I feel it! Burning!
He feels it burning. I don't even think we got to where the sweltering weather kicked in. A little bit unfortunate that it is not necessarily a guarantee, but this would make them incredibly overpowered. Thank you all for watching to the end of our Iolaos first look. Let me know what you all thought of both the Sherden and the High Tide update as a whole. Does the drop in price down to a Saga title as well as the two new factions change your initial impressions at all, or is this still a miss for you? Either way, I'm super curious to know what you all think. Let me know in the comments below. As far as my thoughts go on both the Sherden and the High Tide update to Pharaoh, short and quick answer is that I really enjoy both Sea People factions, and with the reduction in price would now definitely recommend Pharaoh to any with an interest in a historical battle simulator and strategy game. But I would emphasize that this is firmly in the historical fiction genre of game. It was an extreme disservice to CA Sophia to market this as the next big historical title when the plan seems to have always been to make a more mythos-centric game, like with Total War Troy a few years prior. I have absolutely zero issue with a mythology Total War, and I doubt many others would either. But with the entire community clamoring for either a new medieval or Rome title, or a stronger, more focused approach to the Warhammer content, Pharaoh was a jarring surprise that not many were expecting, and that really hurt the long-term prospects for the game, and its now very small active player base shows that quite well. Now, I'm not going to be giving a full review on Pharaoh itself, but like I said, I do really enjoy everything the High Tide update has brought. I find myself looking forward to jumping on and trying out a new path of destruction with the Sherden. I've got something like 5 or 6 active Iolaos campaigns now trying to figure out the most efficient strategy to burn the world down. I really like the breakdown of the Sea People technology tree into 3 key foci, which are all useful for your campaign no matter if you choose to settle, remain a horde, or go for more of a hybrid mix of the two. I still think an overhaul of the tech tree itself is needed, and more faction-specific options need to be available to further flesh out the identities of the individual factions. Things like 10% more of this or that resource or generic blanket unit buffs just feel a little bit stale. But I do like the identity they gave each tree as a start. The Sherden have 3 unique deities that only they get access to, Isul, Alpanu, and Larun. Each boasts very powerful buffs focused mainly around battle and a specific battle strategy, but you can't go wrong with any of the small pantheon. Like the other cultures, the Sea People have the ability to bring gods from other pantheons into those you choose to worship, but with 3 unique to them gods, they have an advantage in variety on other campaigns, including the other Sea People faction, the Peliset, who have 2 unique gods, but more on them in their own first look. The 2 new royal traditions are great, with the Path of the Marauders being all about violent conquest, finding ways to further empower your armies and cripple your foes before even hitting the battlefield, with a myriad of devastating mechanics from outright bribing enemy units to joining your squad, to causing a settlement to rise up against its controlling faction, razing it to the ground and giving you a temporary army. Even better is this tradition is not locked to the Sea People alone, so now Irsu can stop pretending to care about becoming the Great King or Pharaoh and get back to burning down everything as intended. I really do like the Path of the Marauders. It's a blend of mechanics taken from other titles, but done in a way that works and makes sense for the setting. The Path of the Sea People is the other tradition added, unique to the Sea Invaders themselves. The path itself I found to be very versatile, allowing your gameplay choices to determine the style of kingdom you wish to be. Do you max out your settled points by converting your horde armies into traditional ones and claiming new lands? Or do you retain your wild and destructive ways, only taking the settlements you can exploit into quickly recruiting vast armies to further overwhelm the civilized world? Or maybe you find a hybrid style combining the two in a way that suits you best. Your choices will determine the position on the Sea People grid you land on, and will grant you bonuses based on those accumulated points. Overall, a pretty good and versatile set of mechanics for the Sea People that I do quite enjoy and lends to quite a bit of replayability for the culture, as well as the ability to quickly adapt on the fly to your situation. The new units added also both perform and look amazing in combat, with the Sea People units easily trading up against most foes you'll come across. Versatility in weapons and armor class allow for quick adaptation to whatever the battlefield might demand of your soldiers and your tactics as the commander. Speaking only to the Sherden, I find this faction to be easily the strongest overall on the battlefield, able to sweep across your starting position in southern Anatolia with little problem, even with the Sherden's complete lack of chariots outside of the native recruitment. Extremely elite spear warriors with a nigh indestructible colony stance, devastating harpoon chuckers that lower enemy combat potential that have quickly become my favorite javelin unit, and special archers with sulfur-tipped arrows that can light shrubbery and buildings on fire in around twice the speed as normal flaming arrows make for some very fun battles that can swing very quickly into a blazing inferno of chaos due to those sulfur arrows. Now, I've not done enough testing to see just how well they stack up against the crazies Ursu has following him. The Sherden are extremely competent fighters that you'll enjoy piloting even without much Total War experience. As for what I don't really like or would provide as suggestions for CA, the list is fairly short as I do really enjoy where Pharaoh as a game currently, outside of a larger map and more factions and cultures. I would definitely like to see a proper map expansion as the more linear nature forces some fairly strange expansion if you're starting on one of the more extreme edges and not looking to fight absolutely everyone in your path. They've said that this is on the way, so we'll see what all expansions are made when they do eventually arrive. I'd also really like to see stronger identities developed for each of the now 4 cultures, as well as steps being taken to further differentiate the factions inside of each of those cultures. Unit balance and variety per leader is actually pretty good, but I'd like to see more unique technologies to further push Talzaret down the path of being a subtle manipulator, or unique tech that would help Superluliuma wrangle together the disparate factions in Hati with a strong focus on defense. Just small details that would further give a reason to jump into a specific campaign or try your favorite with a new strategy. A proper trade system blending together what we have in Warhammer and past historical games with the balance of resources already in Pharaoh would also really help to give the game a little bit more depth and the map more flavor, as certain geographical regions would become much more important based on the resources one could exploit from the area. Maybe CA could even add those to the outpost system as their own resource node that must be defended on the map, and can have bundles of these resources stolen by raiding armies and those who choose to sack or raise the outpost. I'd also really like to see a landing craft added to the Sea People themselves for coastal settlement battles only. While full-on naval combat would be sweet, we'll not waste time shouting into the void for asking for it. Instead, what would be amazing is if for the Sea People only, when attacking coastal settlements, they would be forced to deploy in a landing craft and perform an amphibious assault. We already have special survival battles in Warhammer 3, so I would love to see what I'd call an invasion battle, where you're holding off waves of Sea People landing craft to defend your settlement, or leading said invasion if playing as the Sherden or Peliset. So while I do still want to see improvements continue to be made on Pharaoh, especially with the promised map expansions and addition of dynasties and family trees, further cultures and factions, the High Tide free update, reduction in price, and retroactive refunds given, make me much more confident in recommending this as a very strong historical fiction addition to your Total War lineup. But that is all for this first look and review of the Sherden and High Tide update for Total War Pharaoh. Let me know of what you all thought in the comments below, and if you have any questions about things I might have missed here, definitely ask away and I'll do my best to have a good answer for you if I have one. Thank you all for watching this far into the video. I have been Space Wizard Total War. Remember to leave a like for the light god and a sub for the sub zone. And I will see you all in the next one.